Hola mi gente, my name is Georgette Cartagena and I'm with Algo Más HR, and we are here today to talk about how to stop employee turnover before it even starts. And now there's a couple of ways that you can approach this particular question, but for today's video, we are going to talk about the stay interview, because as we all know, exit interviews, they're done too late. It's basically a post-mortem. You've already lost the person. They've already committed to another organization. So you're losing out on the time, talent, and historical knowledge. We need to do something to get ahead of that. So that's where stay interviews come in. My name is Georgia Cartagena, and I am with Algo Más HR, where we help emerging businesses build culture, compliance, and people-centered growth systems into their business operations. So we are turning bosses into leaders and staff into teams. For today's day one video of our HR Reboot Series, where we are providing you with quick wins, tools, and tips and resources in order to improve your team performance and management, your leadership style, as well as business operations, we are really excited to talk about employee turnover and a tool that we have at our disposal called stay interviews. Let's talk about the problem. There is a cost associated with silence. A lot of times managers think because their one-on-one meetings are regular status updates and they're not getting major complaints from their team members, especially strong performers, that no news is good news, right? But that's not always the case. People can be disengaging with the process. Maybe they're tired of asking for things and feeling unheard. And it costs roughly 33% of an employee's annual salary to replace them, according to the Work Institute. And in my experience, as an HR professional of a decade, that's actually the floor. 33% is the lowest of what you might be spending to replace them. If you have a more specialized or a highly technical role, you could be spending as much as 50% of their salary, even 200% of their salary in order to replace them. So what does this mean for you? If you have a team of 10 people and you lose 2 people throughout the year, that's tens of thousands of dollars that are just walking out the door that you are going to have to spend in order to replace them. The stay interview catches the leak before it gets to your ceiling tiles, right? Because usually there's a little bit of a drip and then it spreads. How do we run these conversations? And who's the best person to host them? Now, I am an HR professional, and let's be honest, a lot of people don't have a positive association with HR, which is totally understandable given the kind of work and function that it holds. A lot of people are not comfortable with HR because we haven't had the opportunity to build trust within them and within the experiences. We typically see people on the worst days of their employment. But the person who has the closest relationship and impact on this particular individual, this particular employee's day to day is actually their manager. So let's set the scene. It should be a casual one-on-one or even a coffee chat if you guys are on site together. Should be a very neutral location, but someplace where there's minimal distractions so that you can demonstrate that you are focused and taking in seriously the information that they're providing to you. Number 2, there is a rule to follow, and it's called be open-minded. You don't want to go into this conversation trying to defend anything that the person might be complaining about. You want to be open-minded. Of course, if there is a factual issue, then once the conversation is done, you can readdress it at a later moment. But in the moment, as they are hopefully opening up to you and being honest about their experiences and their questions and their concerns, you don't want to shut them down because then they're going to feel like, what's the point? So make sure that you're not defending against things that are being said in the conversation. the 3 questions that you should leverage as part of your stay interview conversation. And keep in mind, we're talking maybe a 15-minute dialogue, right? It shouldn't be super extensive unless you peel the onion and there's a lot more to that onion than expected. But the first question is, what do you look forward to when you start your workday or throughout the week? What are the things that you are excited to tackle? This conversation helps understand what are this person's strengths, what are the activities within their job that they are like getting their cup filled, and how much time are they spending doing these things. The next question to understand is, what's one thing, if changed tomorrow, would make you consider leaving? This might be too direct of a question for some people, but I think it's important to be honest about your intentions when you're reaching out about a stay interview, because you want to really understand, okay, what are the factors that are important to this particular individual? For some people, it might be health insurance. If the health insurance keeps going up every single year by 20 or 30%, I can't afford to keep this job. That is a huge risk because it's a financial decision to this employee. In addition to that, there might be other things that come up that maybe you're not even aware of. So that's why it's really important to be direct. What is that one thing that if tomorrow happened or changed, that would make you consider leaving? The third question is, what talents are you not currently using within your role? This question allows you to get to the heart of any growth opportunities that are top of mind for this particular employee. And as you continue to scale your team, try to figure out different challenges throughout the year, by asking these questions and having these one-on-one conversations, you're better able to prepare, so Jane is top of mind because she said that she was interested in doing market research, and we actually have a problem on this particular initiative that I could leverage her for. Or Jonathan said, I need to spend more time coding versus being an engineering manager, right? There are different things that can come up that are important to an individual. And so this question allows you to get just very open-ended insights as to what they are. So we've talked about the who and the what. Let's talk about the when and the where. You want to do this exercise maybe twice a year. A lot can happen in 6 months, and depending on the size of your team, this is actually a very feasible sort of time frame to keep in mind. And what do you do with this data? Ideally, after the conversation, you are sitting down, taking 5 minutes to create a stay plan for this particular person. And a stay plan could be 3 bullet points, it could be 10 bullet points, depending on the depth and detail involved in your conversation. In our stay interview checklist guide that is going to be available in the description for you to download, we will share some samples of what a stay plan might look like. Let's recap. Culture is not built in a day. Culture is the embodiment of all of the things that your team members experience on a day-to-day, and so it fluctuates on a day-to-day. Something that you can do to maintain the integrity of that culture is implement something as simple as stay interviews. A 15-minute conversation could be enough to save an employee before they even realize that they need to be saved, because you're really opening the door for open and honest communication. I've put these questions and a stay plan template into our stay interview checklist guide. It's a free PDF that you can download right now at the link below in the comments to use with your team today. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with somebody in your network who could probably benefit from these resources. Next Monday, we're going to drop video 2 as part of our HR Reboot Series, where we will continue to talk about the most important themes to kick off the new year. So hit subscribe so you don't miss it.